All right. Hello and welcome everyone to another Why Would You Use? So today we are going to be talking about the Nikana Prime. And the reason we're talking about the Nikana Prime today is because before we went over the Fragor Prime in the last Why Would You Use. And I think the Nikana Prime kind of represents the exact opposite of the Fragor Prime. Fragor Prime is big, slow, clunky, but it does a lot of damage. And the Nikana Prime is extremely fast, mobile, and it just hits a million bajillion times, and it's a little bit more of a status focus for its damage. So let's talk about this build. You're going to notice that this build is extremely similar to what we were running before. It's a drifting contact blood rush build. We're going to get tons of combo to get tons of crit. The Nikana Prime is great for proccing slash, so we're going to do a bunch of that and kill all the enemies. But the unique benefit that we get in using the Nikana Prime is that we get to use Blind Justice. And we're going to go over the stance in a moment. But I think Blind Justice is maybe, if not the best, extremely close to the best stance in all of the stuff that we got out of the stance reworks. So with that, there's not much to be said here. Prime reach, hit more guys. Blood rush, drifting contact, get many crit. Prime pressure point, more damage. Berserker hit very fast. More damage with organ shatter. Feel free to use condition overload here if you're going to be using like Sarin or maybe even Ember if you're going to proc all the fire and that stuff. If you can guarantee your statuses, part of the point of this weapon is to get slash on enemies. So if you're going to be guaranteeing an elemental from your Warframe, feel free to throw that in here as long as you're not fighting liches because they are immune to status. Anyway, though, we're just going to show it with this. And let's talk about Blind Justice. So Blind Justice is an insanely good stance. Its main attack is just this nice flurry of blows that has some decent steps forward to really keep up with enemies as they will sometimes get pushed back. Its block combo is very similar, moves forward a little bit more readily and has the upward strike at the end. And then we have our moving forward combo, which are some nice spins that cover a very deceptively wide area. And we also have a lift at the end with that upward strike to lock down enemies. But most importantly, we have our forward and blocking combo, which starts with this dash. This dash is incredible. It is incredibly useful. You can turn on a dime with it. It can do so much for your target to target. And because we got a kind of overall range reduction on the longest melee weapons in the game, this allows you to clear areas much faster than you would otherwise be able to, because mid combo you can just be doing your regular combo and then immediately go into this attack and switch to like, all these guys are dead, go over here, start killing the guys in this area. And this combo ends with a nice slam as well, which is also good. But this allows you so much extra, and it is so easy to do now. And it honestly, it's going to be better if we just show. We're going to not do that test first. We're just going to show the level 50 test first. It allows you so much by just being able to just get wherever you need to be at any given time. And just close distance with enemies and just get rid of them. Like, just straight up, like, that's just what it does. Like, if you need an enemy to die, they will die. Because you can just get in there and remove them. Like plain and simple, that's what this is for. Like, the hallway combat that you're going to get in, like, the Grenier Galleon and stuff, like, just dash down the hallway. This is also an attack. It will kill lots of fodder enemies, especially if you have combo built. And then any heavies you encounter get the slice and dice, and they get tons of slash procs if they have a lot of armor. If they don't have armor, they're just going to evaporate. And it's extremely aggressive. If you wanted the exact opposite of the Fragor, it doesn't get more opposite than this. And we can show how this damage scales, as it is, of course, not going to be the 500,000 damage per hit we're going to be getting on the Fragor. But after we've scaled up our combo, it turns out that kills things very easily, as you'll see. And of course, I have turned on invulnerability for Excal, as this build is not for surviving this stuff. But feel free to use Inaros or Rhino or what other have you Warframes to do what I'm doing here or better. Because, of course, with Rhino, you get like a damage buff. Like with Chroma, you get like a damage buff. Tons of nearly invulnerable damage buffing Warframes that you could use in place of this to actually make this more efficient at killing, even at this level. Not that you would need to do that. You've just got a tanky Warframe. That'll also work just fine. Also, that enemy fell off, but I'm not sure if they died from the slash procs that they had on them. Regardless, you can see that this is quite effective. Oh, nope, they didn't. They're dead now. But yeah, regardless, you can see that it scales quite well. Like level 100 enemies, they've become more common now with the liches, because if you're going lich hunting, chances are your missions are going to actually get up to that level before you kill your lich. But this handles it quite nicely and does solid damage to the liches, as well as it does not need slash procs as long as you're not using condition overload on it in order to do a significant amount of damage. Anyway, that is the Nikana Prime and Blind Justice, and I will see you guys tomorrow.